Okay, drinking with Bob, first of all, and I like to refer to you as friend. Um, you got to relax a little. You're intense, and I'm concerned that you may have a stroke. But let's move on to the issue. A mosque being built at ground zero. Um, the one thing I've always held true to my heart was that just because someone says that there's something doesn't mean that that's what they are. Now, Muslims did not bomb the World Trade Center. Those were some crazy, radical type of people who had some very, very serious issues. You know what I mean? Similar to an American group, the Ku Klux Klan, who claimed that they were Christians. They did a lot of horrible things. Right here in our country, Ku Klux Klan members did terrible things throughout American history. So should there not be churches built in black communities or in any other community? Really, there is no black community. This is America. We all Americans. You know what I'm saying? I live wherever my money can afford. That's my community. So, but if you understand what I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, Ku Klux Klan was just as much terrorist as the Taliban, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And they still do things to this day. They still march up and down the street to this day. So I feel like if you can't get angry at them and you don't have the same kind of anger toward them, and they killed thousands of Americans, even though they were my color, they were Americans, and they were killed by a group who still exists to this day in America, then I don't understand, how you could be so riled up, about this. Last and not least, not last, but also, believe it or not, a lot of Muslims died that day. A lot of faithful, practicing, devout Muslims, who believe in Islam, who believe in peace and loving and surrendering to Muhammad. A lot of them people died that day as well. You know, a lot of innocent people died. Period. A lot of innocent people were affected. Period. People of all faiths, black, white, Jew, Muslim, Christian, atheist. A lot of people died that day, and it's terrible. But the building of a mosque is not an insult to those people. It's not an insult at all. Okay, the property was available. The property was purchased. Catholics have money, they could have purchased it. Christians have money, they could have purchased it. People of the Islamic faith decided to purchase it. What's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? If your money can afford it, you can buy it, own it. Now, last but not least, what would be far enough? 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, one borough, two boroughs. How far away does it have to be? You know, this is America, land of the free. You know what I mean? We do what we want to do. Wherever our money can take us, that's where we go. So I just hope that people can learn and mature their minds to know that, this is not an insult. I can understand how it makes some people uncomfortable, absolutely. But believe it or not, there are people right here in America who've done a lot worse, done a lot worse. And people say, "Oh, well, there's nothing worse than 9/11." Yes, it is. When you kill little girls in a church with bombs, that happened. You know, that happened. No one's making any videos about that. I know it was a long time ago, but you understand what I mean? They said they were Christians. Those were not Christians. Okay, anybody can put on a cross and say, "This is what I am," but to actually mean it and believe it and practice it in your heart, not just on Sunday or not just on Mosque Day, to me, that's what really defines you and your faith. Y'all be cool. Take it easy.